Well, we have the cover, remember? And we have our two inside pages. They are complete. Now I'm working on the signature for the inside. That will be 4 more pages. So that's the back side, and that's the front side. So today I'm working on finishing this little side right here. And I've gotten down to picked out what I want to say on this page, the thought I want to remember. Remember, this is my self-care book. This is my book about helping me to get through rough times, and something that I can look at and remember the thoughts that will help me do that. Because getting through rough times is all about our mindset, really. Today's thought is the hope of tomorrow. The hope of tomorrow. Isn't that elusive sometimes? Isn't holding on to our hope? It's a real job sometimes. It's elusive. And it's always, it seems to be a tomorrow thing. So it's something that we seem to have to wait on, look forward to, have faith in, the hope of tomorrow. Tomorrow is a possibility of things getting better. Always that possibility lays there. And if we work toward it with our mindset and our attitude, that's going to help it happen if it can. Or we can be our worst enemy and we can kill the hope for tomorrow. Today, we can do it today. We can kill our tomorrow's hope today by just deciding, I'm going to give up. It's never going to happen. It's not worth the fight or struggle. I'm not worth the fight or struggle. We don't want to think that way. Of course we're worth it. Absolutely. Positively. If you don't believe that, just ask me. I will tell you, you are worth it. The hope of tomorrow is like a plant. Put seeds in the ground. You can't see what's happening. You can't see the growth of the little roots, the tiny little roots. You don't see them. You have to have faith that it's happening, that it's going to bear fruit. That's the same way hope is. We know when we put a seed in the ground that we're going to get what we plant. If we plant an azalea, if we plant a rose, if we're doing vegetables and we plant corn, we plant tomatoes, we're going to get what we plant eventually. The same thing with our hopes. If they're realistic, if they're real, if they're not fantasy and out of this world impossible, we can expect to get what we hope for. And I call realistic hopes things like the hope that I can cope well, the hope that I can maintain my joy, the hope that I can have enough energy to take care of myself and have something to share with others, the hope that I might find a plausible treatment, a hope that I might have the strength to continue. Just reasonable hopes, things that can work out. Perfect health, that's not a hope. That's not reality. Not at this time. So let's keep it real, okay? Keep it real. Hope is when we believe in something that has not yet happened, but it's as good as done because our faith in it is solid. That is real hope. Faith is the same, almost the same thing in the sense that I love the Bible's explanation of faith. It says, in paraphrasing it, that faith is the belief in something unseen, the realities, though not beheld. A reality is a reality. Our faith says this thing is real, I just haven't seen it yet. Hope can be like that too. Hope can be an anchor for us. It holds us steady because we're waiting on the reality of what we're hoping for. Okay. But we need to work in accord with our hope and our faith. Oh, isn't that looking pretty? When we plant these seeds, we don't see what's happening underground. But we absolutely know that something's going to break ground and little leaves are going to show, little shoots, little leaves. We still don't see what's happening underground. We don't see the additional growth of that root system. We don't see it as it pulls in water and nutrients from the ground. We don't see how all that works up its way up through the stems and parts and pieces of the plant. We don't see how the fruit buds begin to form. We see them, but we don't know the process. We don't understand the process. We can't see the process. We just see the results. Hope is like that. Hope could be growing right now, and we can't see it. But if we hang on, we'll recognize the shoots when it comes up. We'll recognize the leaves. We'll recognize the fruitage. And when that hope matures, it'll bloom like these little sequins. It'll glisten in our life. It'll bring some bling with it, won't it? So don't lose your hope. Always have hope in tomorrow. Today might be almost gone. Nothing has happened today, but don't lose your hope in tomorrow. Remember, wonderful things could be growing underground, and you just don't know it yet. Hope is easy for me because of my faith and the Bible and the things that it promises and my relationship with the Creator. Hope is easy for me because I've been practicing and working on it for decades. I've studied and researched and convinced myself that those promises are real. And though I can't see them, everything is happening underground that it will produce beautiful fruit one day. And I will be there to see it. One way or the other, according to the Bible promises. So I know my spiritual faith helps me a lot. And I know that all people do not share that, and I'm not trying to be preachy, but I've been a Bible student for over 50 years, a serious Bible student, study, research. Because for me, I'm a happy person, but I'm not gullible. I'm reasonable, but I want proof. And so I set out to prove to myself, yes or no, is the Bible really inspired? Is it really from the creator of the universe and all living things in it? Is it really what it claims to be? If so, what is the proof? And so I set out to do that. And while it took me some time and a lot of hard work, I did what I set out to do. I proved it to myself. I didn't take the word of anybody else, certainly not established religions, because for me it's obvious that so many of them are hypocritical or anything but Bible-based. But anyway, that's what I did. Now, if you're a spiritual person, whatever you do or decide to do is right. You have to decide that for yourself. You have to decide what the smart thing is to do, what the practical thing to do is, where you will find truth and where you won't. And pursue those things. If you're not a spiritual person, a religious person or so forth, then you have to determine what your decisions, how they will impact your life. But hope, no matter what, if we can keep some of it in our life, who knows what fruitage we might see down the road. Who knows how beautiful our life might bloom at some point. For me, the hope of tomorrow is real. It's a reality. I don't ever want to forget that. So this is going to be the first page in our signature that's finished. And this signature will sit inside like this. And this page, of course, will be finished later. But this will be the inside. Okay. So I have already made this, but we'll have to wait till next video to see what the thought is going to be that goes here. So for me, as reminders, work on the heart of today. Keep the reality of my hope for tomorrow alive. And make time count, because time moves and it'll leave me behind. How are you doing on yours? Are you making a self-care book for yourself or a friend? I hope you are. Don't forget that you can always send me photos to my email, which is in the description, and I can share them on the post community tab here on our YouTube channel. And your creations can inspire the whole community that way. Until next time, remember, slow stitching is a safe place to rest your heart and mind. Create something beautiful and stay scrap happy.